if you were allowed to go back to age 18, would you be willing? Wait, there is one condition. You have no right to choose. Every word you ever said, every mistake you ever made, every person you loved and then lost, all of it must happen again. Exactly the same. In 1890, when the French mathematician Poincaré was proving a theorem late at night, he suddenly threw down his pen. He had calculated the most despairing truth of the universe. Our lives will replay word for word after 10 to the power of 10 to the 56th years, and then replay infinitely. Poincaré could not sleep that night, because he realized the universe did not give us free will, but instead sentenced us to eternal life imprisonment. Even more terrifying is this: you will never remember your previous life. So every time you will fall in love with the same person again, and make the same mistakes again. This is the most bizarre theorem in physics, the Poincaré recurrence theorem, and the truth hidden behind it is 10,000 times more despairing than you imagine, because it directly challenges another even more ironclad law of physics. In 1865, the German physicist Clausius discovered the ultimate bug of the universe. He named it entropy. Einstein said, if the law of entropy increase were overturned, the entire edifice of physics would collapse. This is a curse of irreversibility. Heat always flows from high temperature to low temperature. Order always falls toward chaos. A cup you break will not restore itself. Time can only move forward. But have you noticed the problem? Poincaré says the universe will return to its initial state. The law of entropy increase says everything only becomes more disordered. So which of these two laws has the final say? The answer will make you even more despairing, because both are correct. In 1877, Boltzmann tore open the true face of entropy with a single formula. He discovered that entropy is merely a probability game. Imagine there are 1 trillion air molecules in your room. The probability that they all squeeze into one corner is 10 to the minus 10 to the 38th power. Disordered arrangements outnumber ordered ones by countless times. Entropy increase is not the universe punishing you. It is simply because destruction is far easier than existence. Then how did life appear? Schrödinger revealed the secret. Life feeds on negative entropy. Every second you are alive, you are plundering order from the environment. We are like precise anti-entropy machines, fighting against the cosmic law that wants to turn us into ashes. But while life achieves local entropy reduction, it accelerates the entropy increase of the entire universe. The source of this order has only one origin, that 4.6 billion-year-old star above our heads. The sun burns 4.2 million tons of matter every second, delivering low entropy energy flow to Earth. 5 billion years later, the sun will expand into a red giant. The Earth will be swallowed. The oceans will evaporate. The rocks will melt. All traces of human civilization will vanish into nothingness. 10 billion years later, the sun will become a white dwarf, and eventually cool into a black dwarf. The 200 quintillion stars in the universe will share the same fate as the sun. Over a trillion years, the stars in the night sky will go out one by one, like lights turning off one after another after a movie ends. Even more complete destruction lies ahead. The lifetime of a proton is 10 to the 34th power years. Even diamonds will slowly decay into radiation. All atoms will decay. Galaxies that once existed, planets, civilizations, will all become particles. The final watchmen are black holes. But Hawking discovered that black holes also evaporate. According to quantum mechanics, particle-antiparticle pairs appear in a vacuum. Black holes slowly lose mass and eventually disappear. When the last black hole disappears, the universe reaches perfect heat death. All matter reaches thermal equilibrium, and no energy flows anymore. Time loses its meaning. 1 second is no different from 100 million years. This is not death, but oblivion. The universe will forget that it once burned, forget that it once nurtured life, just when everyone thinks the story has ended. Poincaré's mathematics tells you, this is only the beginning. Within a closed infinite system, as long as time is long enough, all particles will eventually return to their initial positions. There are about 10 to the 82nd power atoms in the universe. Enormous, yet still finite, and time is infinite. Scientists have calculated this timescale. 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 10 to the 56th years. From the birth of the universe to now has been only 13.8 billion years. And this number is so large you cannot even count the decimal places. Yet it is there, waiting, like a photocopier, precise down to the atomic level. In 2018, a research team at the University of Vienna observed this phenomenon in a quantum system. They used lasers to cool a cloud of atoms, allowing them to move freely. At first, the atoms were completely random, but after 0.3 seconds, they unexpectedly returned to the initial state. This experiment proved Poincaré's prediction. Over a sufficiently long time, a closed system really will return to its initial state. So what does this mean for us? Every choice you make at this moment, every person you have loved, every mistake you have made, will replay exactly the same in that distant future. Even the angle of your finger scrolling the screen right now will be copied without the slightest difference. More cruel still, you will never be able to escape this cycle. Your struggles and efforts have already been engraved into the universe's program. Hearing this, you may collapse. If everything is predestined, then what is the meaning of living? But in the deepest despair hides the brightest light. Physicist Penrose calculated that the probability of the universe's initial state is 1 in 10 to the power of 10 to the 123rd. That is to say, The existence of our universe itself is a miracle that should never have happened. And you are a miracle within a miracle. Every carbon atom in your body once burned in the core of a star. The iron in your blood comes from supernova explosions billions of years ago. The oxygen you breathe is the product of cyanobacteria's photosynthesis 3 billion years ago. In the desolation of these 13.8 billion years, through countless mass extinction catastrophes, that you can open your eyes as a negative entropy being and see this world. Feel the warmth of sunlight. Understand the melodies in music. This itself is a tiny probability among tiny probabilities. That rainy afternoon, when you first held her hand. That late night kitchen. The cheese your mother prepared for you. That dusk at graduation, when you and your friends shouted goodbye on the playground. These moments, after 10 to the power of 10 to the 56th years, will appear exactly the same, not similar scenes, but every detail completely identical. The same light, the same temperature, the same heartbeat, even the tear at the corner of your eye that never fell, will pause in the exact same place. What does this mean? It means nothing truly disappears. Those people you thought you had lost, those moments you believed had passed away, in fact, they never left. They are only waiting for the arrival of the next cycle. In that future so distant it is unimaginable, you will meet again, fall in love again, and part again, and then repeat infinitely. From this perspective, the Poincaré recurrence is not a curse, but a promise given to us by the universe. It tells us that every moment will become eternal, every embrace will repeat endlessly, and every farewell will lead to another reunion. So, when you fall in love with someone, please remember, this is not a coincidence. This is the universe evolving for 13.8 billion years, through countless collapses and rebirths to arrange this one encounter. When you lose someone, please also remember, this is not a final goodbye. In that distant future, you will eventually, at the exact same place, restart this story in exactly the same way. The German philosopher Heidegger said that humans learn to cherish because they see death, but Poincaré tells us that even death is not the end point. Our parents gave us life, our lovers gave us warmth, our friends gave us companionship. These are not cold combinations of particles, they are all the weapons we have to fight against nothingness in this cycle. We cannot change the ending of the universe, but we can choose how to live through this brief burning, as small as dust, yet made of starlight, as fragile as morning dew, yet destined to be the light of flame. At this moment, starlight is crossing billions of light years of void to reach your eyes. At this moment, your heart is stubbornly beating inside your chest. At this moment, 7 billion unique stories are unfolding on this planet. Even if the universe is destined to fade, even if everything is destined to replay,